Hayatei.
My name is Alexandre, Dube-Bilodeau. My tag is Hayatei. I play Fujin.
Full combo now, needle for the restand. I like the little...
Well, the in-game thing, which is like in-game time, it says like 1,000 more hour. But that probably translates like 3K in actual times since the game is out, so I've been playing quite a lot. For me there, and I lost actually my first match of the tournament. Like I was really nervous, like it was my first time being on stream and all that, and I couldn't do anything. Like I was missing everything. I had all kinds of execution error, and then from losers, I kind of recollected myself, you know, and I just made the run from losers bracket until the grand finals, and I won the entire thing. So yeah, my expectation is to do the best I can do. Play my best, play my hardest, and that's it. I don't want to speak about results and all that because, again, things don't fall into place. We'll see. But I know I can do really well. I can probably like win it. I think I can. So I'm going for that, obviously. But most importantly, like my expectation is to play my best, and that's it. Any tournament is very important to win for me, and I'm here to do my best. I put a lot of time into practicing ever since I knew that the tournament was happening. So it matters a lot to me, and I want to do my best. I would say, like, I guess knowing the tournament was happening a bit earlier, like for me, a lot of my practice in the past few months have been like kind of more for the content, more for the stream than like truly practicing for like a big tournament, right? So it's been kind of a different process, and I've been like learning a lot how to be like more fun on stream and things like that. So it's kind of like been trying to balance both, like to still improve, but I know that I made some like sacrifice, I guess, in some parts of my mindset, like being always like distracted with the stream on the side, you know, and your screen there. I feel like that, like in my preparation, that definitely did not help. Like I could have grinded a lot more, you know, in these past few months. And also, other than 4-3s, like the Fujin slide, I could have blocked a lot more overheads. I let them hit me. Well, I got hit by them a lot more than I feel I should have. Again, it's kind of I guess a result of preparation there as well, and training online and things like that. Like I never play against Sub-Zeros, so I feel like the matchup experience wasn't necessarily there for me, but I did adapt quite well on the spot though, which I'm proud of. But I would have been happy with a little 1% more. That is it. Well, for me, it's kind of a discipline thing with the stream on. Like I want to be able to get disciplined enough that when I'm playing, I focus on the game, and then while I'm streaming at the same time, obviously, let like the people talk and everything, and then still focus on what I should be doing to improve. So that's what I've been doing to balance it out. And honestly, like that's the only thing I've been doing since I learned that the tournament was happening and I was invited, right? It's just that the time frame is not that big, and then there's a new patch, so I don't know. A lot of things to learn still right now about the game, and a lot of things to improve, and it is what it is. I mean, like, there's people that you see, for years at every tournament, and even though your opponent, you're kind of friends anyways, but it's always like weird a little bit because it's like two sides of it. Like at the end of the day, like you're still against each other, but when we're not against each other, let's say one of us is out the tournament, or I guess something like that, like you'll see your closer friends kind of like support you and things like that. But yeah, it's a bit complicated in a 1v1 game, but the atmosphere I feel I've been here has been very friendly, and everyone wants to win, but they're not like hostile against each other either, but I mean, there's a few impressions, right? It's my first time like in a city in this area of the world. I feel like all the buildings are like so much bigger than at home, like in Montreal. Like it's crazy how like everything is so like huge, Other than that, I feel like I didn't really get to explore it as much as I could. Like we've been so busy this week, like it's straight up spending 8-10 hours here in the studio and then coming back to the hotel, and then we gotta wake up, go again, so I wish I had like a more in-depth impression and all that, but it's like I haven't gotten to like really see it yet. So it's still a surprise for me to explore it, right? I feel like the food is always like fun. Like that's always really fun to find out about like new food. I guess I really like food as well. Like that helps, but yeah. And I really enjoyed the food here actually. Like had Ukrainian dumplings, borscht, things like that. I feel like they were great. You know, real comforting in a way. But yeah, that's pretty high up on the list. Other than that, like it's like when you go to tournaments and all that, you know, like you're always quite busy. You don't really get to see everything necessarily, you know. And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So the thing that's like the most, I guess, achievable is the food, right? And maybe like going out after the tournament is other things like that. But yeah, I just wish I had more opportunities to do it. But for sure, the food is probably the first thing. And I feel like everyone will reply that exact same answer, you know? Honestly, it's been quite hard to prepare myself for offline because you don't have the opportunity to. And then even if you can, right? If there was no COVID and all that kind of thing, like you still need a lot of players and a lot of different matchups, a lot of different style to really get used to them. Like for me, I kind of played mostly offline, but I did a lot of lab work offline. Like practice mode obviously is on offline delay. So I've been doing that a lot, and also I've been wanting to incorporate like playing on PC instead because like I know the tournament standard is PS4, right? But PC has less input lag, which makes online PC a closer experience to offline PS4. So you can kind of practice for the same meta game. Meanwhile, if you're playing PS4 online, then you're like not exactly playing the same game at some part of it, you know? Also, the production is insane. I like that, like, okay, there's something I really like about the production, okay? It's like the people like making the script or all of that, like they really don't take themselves too seriously. And I think it makes like a good, like, fun atmosphere to it. At least for me, I thought it was enjoyable. So I'm glad that like, you know, that was kind of the direction instead of being, you know, like too serious esports pauses, like angry faces. Like we had a little like boxing stances and things like that, but it's kind of MK-ish and the little like I guess the intros. Well, I don't know what to call them, like the little clips that were like literally like me and Foxy eating ramen or you know these kind of things. I thought there were some of them were really good. Okay, obviously going from like Mortal Kombat and Justice is two completely different games, like completely different games in style and in characters and all that, you know. But other than that, from MK to MK, the biggest change, see MKX, MK11 is a pretty big one, but that's the only two MK I've played, really. I feel like I like the way MK is evolving. I like the new direction they're going for, except for a few things. I feel like there were good things in the past that we had that it kind of took away, and then you know we've never took it back. We've never had it back so far. So like, so like the characters used to be a bit more creative, a bit more open-ended, a bit more fun. But nowadays the focus on neutral and the focus on spacing, I think, is a really, really amazingly fun game to play. I would just wish that you'd bring that creativity on top of what like we have now, and I just feel like that would make the perfect evolution to MK games. There's a bunch of things I would love to see back in MK12, like probably flawless blocks, probably the heavy focus on neutral and spacing again, like I talked about earlier. But overall, I would love them to be a bit more daring, like a bit more creative, a bit more, you know, just go full artist mode and create like really cool characters and stuff. Like, I think I would love to see that more because in this game I feel they went very safe with what they did. So that's kind of what I want to see. So pretty much what we kind of had in MKX and that we didn't have in MK11, right? Like bring it to MK12 and make kind of the perfect mix of these two things. Yeah, I think it would just be like amazing, straight up amazing. completely new mechanics. So like what we often see now, they kind of work in similar ways. And the cast overall, the tools that they have, they're very, they're not too archetypal. They're kind of similar to each other, or they don't vary too much. So I'd like to see more characters just have some, not necessarily crazy broken factor to them, but like more open-ended, more creative, more different. I think that's always cool to see, and things that allows you to make like some big hype plays, you know, that's what I love. So I want more of those. I feel like last year, like during the Pro Tour and everything, there was a lot of progress. And I think content-wise, like in terms of streaming, in terms of YouTube and all that, we've been doing a much better job, and I'm happy to see that. Personally, I'm happy about my progress on that sphere, and I want to keep improving at it as well. So I think we're going towards the right directions. It sucks not to have like Pro Tours like we used to have, but hopefully that will come back, or maybe WePlay will bless us, we'll see, you know. I spent my life like way too much on League of Legends. There's that game. I have like way too many hours spent on it. It's almost shameful. There's that. I play a bunch of Tekken as well. Kind of not since a new season, but I kind of want to get back into it. So that's about it. I play kind of all positions, but lately I've been playing like ADC 24/7, pretty much maining one-trick pony Ezreal. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a one-trick Ezreal. There we go. For me, really, it's like it's kind of the first like game I got into like truly competitively. Like I've always played like to be good at games. It was always a fun thing to me. Like it's always more fun if I play to get better, like to win. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, you know. But growing up, I kind of played a bunch of like online fighting games at the time, and a bunch of my friends from there like moved on to FGC games, and they did really well in tournament, and I kind of like got inspired by that, and since then like I've been kind of hooked on NRS games, and yeah. There's like a 5 billion single player games I've been wanting to catch up on. But yeah, I've been busy with competitive games and working on improving myself, and so balancing with other things, you know, like I love games, you know, I love games, but you can't just like kind of just do that, you know. So yeah, I've been balancing. I kind of enjoyed Tsushima, but at the end of the day, it was kind of repetitive. And I like those type of games, like usually they have like a, you know, they're a long grind, they're a long game, and you're kind of doing the same thing a lot. So I think I did Outlast on stream, which was really fun, by the way. I wouldn't play horror games like by myself, I guess, but with the stream on, it kind of made it interesting. It created like an interesting like environment, I guess. When it comes to single player, definitely the actual like story and things like that. For the most part, like it depends how the gameplay happens. Like sometimes the gameplay is interesting, but sometimes you kind of figure it out like, you know, 1 hour into the game, and then you still like do the same thing over and over. That's kind of gets boring. But if the story is great, man, I can get through that. You know, I can forget that and just enjoy the game. Yeah. At home, I have like a bunch of training partners in Montreal, which, you know, I've used to meet often. Now it's been like very limited, you know, with the obvious world situation, you know. But like Everk is more of a, like, I've only seen him online pretty much. I've run into him online. He's been kind of everywhere online. So the thing is, it's, you know, North America is kind of the same region as far as online play goes. So everyone kind of play each other. So, you know, I've run into Everk a million times. I've run into other Canadians player a million times, but not more so than other American players, I would say. But for online play, yes. But when you're at a tournament, you know, you gotta, I don't know. Yes, Canadian boys. Honestly, like, I was like great friends with KP before we were on Panda, you know, and we kind of got on the team at the same time, and I don't know, nothing changed since then. Like we've just been like together all the time at every tournament, and we've been enjoying our time a lot. And yes, we talk to each other all the time, we support each other, and you know, I want to keep it that way and keep going that way. I was, at the time, I was placing like top 5, top 3 at every tournament. We got into contact with each other at the time when you know, there are only MK player left, and started from there, yeah. Panda has been like a godsend team sponsor for me. It's like a family. I've gotten so much help from them since the years, and I hope we can keep growing together. I think the most important part for a player is to build his brand. Obviously, that can come in many different forms. Some players focus more on content, some players focus on being good at the games. At the end of the day, you know, but that's not what's most important, right? Like, what's most important is that you're enjoying yourself doing this, I guess. But the most important to achieve is whatever you want to achieve. You know, it's different for everyone. So there's not any like most important thing for people. But for me, it's kind of, I kind of want to like inspire others. That's kind of a very, it's kind of weird. I kind of like that novelty a little bit of like playing a hype character and doing like sick hard stuff and you know, like kind of inspiring people like, damn, I want to do this stuff too, you know, damn, I want to have a good mindset like him too, and get better and improve my life with it, like what it's saying, you know. I kind of would love to be able to share that kind of thing to others, I guess. Mental things that I try to make sure I'm right on. Like, I want to be, you know, I want to feel confident. I want to believe that I can do it. But more importantly, I don't look at the results. I try to focus my mind on the game and the process of the game, but more focus on the actual internal things that I do have control over and make the best out of that.
Welcome on stage, Hayatei.
But the most important part is like really like, you gotta enjoy it, you know? If you don't enjoy it, then something is wrong.
Oh, a bit too greedy, I think, with the brushing low.
Oh, down one's creeping ice. What is this tech right now? Shout out to my sponsors, Panda, HyperX, BenQ, etc. Thank you so much, boys. That is it.